Hey, this is James Gilmore from Let's Grow Together podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of our show. We've had our priorities. Me and Lynette, we had our priorities on, our individual YouTube channels. So that's why it's been kind of slow on this channel as far as content. But we hoping to, get back into the consistency as far as this channel, to give y'all good episodes, good subjects, good, current events that you can learn from, because this channel is called Let's Grow Together. So appreciate y'all for tuning in to this episode. I thought this was very important, even though this situation has, been out there. People been talking about it for over a month now, about Will Smith incident. But I thought I'd talk about it on this episode. People still talking about it, believe it or not. I heard today on Breakfast Club, Marlon was talking about his, what he thought about the situation. He says, he's friends with both of them. But going back to, our individual YouTube, before I get into this, the topic, check out, my YouTube channel, Music Tips and Reviews with JG. I share music tips, review albums, review songs, review music from new artists or local artists, independent artists. So check that out. And also check out my wife's page, Herbs for Health, on YouTube as well. She discussed different herbs and how they work in your body and stuff like that. So she got very, important information on that channel as well. So getting back into my topic, as far as Will Smith, the topic, as you see on the bottom of this video, what black man can learn from Will Smith's slap. So what can black men learn from Will Smith's slap? So we're gonna get into that on this episode. So starting off, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Starting off, we know Will Smith is a prominent figure, in the black and urban community. Starting from, his hip hop days, his rap days. Everybody knows Summertime and all those songs like that. Even going up to the Man in Black soundtrack and all that stuff. And, very, prominent in the movie field. Great actor, one of the top actors, of our time, as far as African Americans is concerned. And it's very sad that this happened. And I feel this kind of goes with the rise of mental health awareness. I feel that Will Smith had a lot of stuff bottled inside of him over time. We all saw the Red Table talk that Jada and Will had about her entanglement with August Alsina. So I think that, and then a lot of things that build on top of that, people questioning him about that entanglement. And I think a lot of stuff, a lot of pressure over the years, even from way back, a lot of pressure on him, even from his childhood. If you read his book, he talks about seeing his father abuse his mother, and how he felt like he could have did something, and how he had suicidal thoughts about about that he wished he could have done something, but he couldn't do anything because he was so young. So I feel he had guilt over that. And so I felt like, this is my opinion, I felt like when Chris Rock said about that about his wife Jada, I think he might have had like a flashback, and he snapped into that. He had a trigger, as far as Chris Rock talking about his wife. And so it's just strange the way, he went up there, he did what he did, he slapped Chris Rock, but when he turned around, it's like he had a little smirk or smile on his face. It's like, and I might be wrong, and some people and comedians said it was like Jada Smith put a spell on him at that very moment, because right after Chris Rock said that joke, like, Will Smith was laughing and everything, like the joke was okay, and then just out of nowhere, after Jada did that look and rolled her eyes, that's when he went up to slap Chris Rock. But what I learned, and what a lot of black men should learn from this situation, is don't keep a lot of thoughts, feelings, emotions inside. My wife Lynette, she often say, she often tell me that, whatever you have to, get off your chest, you can talk about it. Don't let it build up in you, because it can be worse later on. So I say that encourage, black men, we've taught to be tough, be prideful, and not, spill out those emotions. But I want to let you know, as black men, it's okay to, show those emotions. Sometimes, we have to cry to let things out that we've been, going through. And so I feel Will Smith, he learned from this situation. He learned that he shouldn't react this way, and he had consequences. The Academy, the Oscars, they banned him for 10 years, and I wasn't surprised that they gave him a consequence for his actions, because that was very embarrassing for the Academy. And on top of that, this was the first year that the Oscars was directed by African American, so that was very embarrassing. African American male at that. And what black men can learn from this slap is that this was a bad look for us. It shows that we can't control our emotions. It showed that we can't handle things. So it kind of added to that stereotype that we are so aggressive, and that we can't be controlled. And that was sad that it happened in this field, Oscars, because it never happened, and it happened from a black man. So, but the question is, would this happen? Would this be all an outrage if it was a white person that did it? So that's a question to think about. But I just pray for Will Smith, pray for their marriage. Sometimes I feel that he should have not have opened his marriage into a open marriage, like he did. Where open marriage, if you don't know, it's like the husband and wife can talk to people outside of the marriage. Like your wife can meet up with another guy, and the husband can meet up with another woman. So it's just a lot with that. It's a lot of risk with that, because of course you married, you've made that vow before God, and if you believe in the Bible, that's against what he taught, that you and your significant other becomes one flesh, and that's kind of against what God said in his word. And so a lot of these celebrities, they're getting into that they believe in the universe and stuff like that. They don't say God anymore. And Will Smith is one of those people. He's not a real religious person. So of course you're liable to do anything if you're outside of the Bible and the philosophies of the Bible. you can tend to do things that you don't mean. And so yeah, I just feel, black men can learn a lot from what happened at the Oscars. And I pray that Will Smith, that be erased from his I guess I say his resume, that he did that. And I wish, I pray that this be clean off his record, that people will oversee this. But it's gonna be hard because people, like I said, people still talking about this situation. It's not gonna go away easily because it's just a shock. A shock heard around the world that this happened. And Chris Rock, what man can learn from Chris Rock's situation is how to handle things in public, because he could have hit Will Smith back, but he had a dignity about him. He had a respect for himself. He didn't want to be looked as he couldn't control himself as well. It had to be somebody in this situation that could control and have control in a controlled environment, such as the Oscars. So, and it's very surprising, that Will Smith reacted in that way, because we all have seen Will Smith as this wholesome guy. He never messed with anybody. He's a clean cut guy, and we were like, oh, he never do this stuff. But you never know how Will Smith is behind closed doors, because we don't live with him. We don't see the things he do, when he's at home, dealing with his family. And also, personally, I want to pray for Willow and Jaden, because they have to deal with this as well. And also, pray for them, because it seems like they're just so out there in what they are doing that they get back, being their age. I feel a lot of stuff that they're doing is kind of crazy. A lot of stuff that they're trying to do. And this been a good talk, and I needed to talk to you all about this, because it's very shocking what has happened in this situation as far as Will Smith, because we all know him from the Fresh Prince show and the movies he's acted in. And I'm glad they didn't take the Oscar away from him, because he's worked hard for that Oscar. As far as King Richard, that's what I was very concerned about, was that they would take that Oscar away from him because of his actions. But this been my conversation about this situation as far as Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And this has been my episode about what black men can learn from Will slap, because he has been looked as a role model, to a lot of people. And I just want to discuss this because it's very important. And stay tuned to a lot of great topics coming up on our channel. Looking forward to having guests on this channel as well. And I appreciate y'all for listening to us. And we, like I said, we've been busy with our individual channels as well. So we're going to try to get back into this on a consistent basis. So this has been another episode of Let's Grow Together. This is James Gilmore. All right, peace.